Chapter 67. The convoy of vehicles rumbled across the Congolese hills like an invading army. Kabila's heavily armed men rode in jeeps and pickup trucks. One of the trucks had a machine gun mounted in the cargo bed. The CMI Land Rover with Carl, Isabel, and Max brought up the rear. "Let's hope we can do this without firing a single bullet," said Max. She was hoping that some good old-fashioned Newtonian physics would shape the day. Newton's third law of motion said, "For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction." The invasion by Kabila and his massive force of soldiers would be the action. Max hoped a massive retreat by Roland's weaker force would be the reaction. The hood of the lead vehicle in Kabila's caravan was fitted with a wedge-shaped steel plow, like in the front of a freight train. It smashed through the mine's gates, ripping the posts right out of the ground. They decided to run instead. Kabila's vehicle spread out in a swarm formation and swung around to the western side of the cluster of buildings, crushers, and destroyer belts. In a flash, all the weapons were pointed on an isolated corrugated building that was tucked between a pair of rock piles. Roland and the two of his men were out front. All three had rifles over their shoulders. None of them, however, raised those rifles or took aim. They were too busy running away. "I told you he was a coward," boomed Kabila as he watched Roland and what was left of his security detail flee. They actually scurried under a fence, like dogs escaping a pen. Klaus and Vihan came running out of the lab and skid to a halt the instant they saw Kabila standing right in front of them, laughing heartily. "Run back inside, Vihan," shouted Klaus. "It's the devil." "No!" shouted Max, jumping out of the Land Rover. "He's the one who just rescued you." "Seriously?" said Vihan. "Yeah, we have a deal. Now where's Yahov?" "Inside," said Vihan, "with Weber, that maniac Dr. Zim, and another spooky guy who tried to tell me how much I would like building computers for the Corps. They have a very good benefits package." "They just let you go?" said Max. "Yeah," said Klaus. "Right after the front gate guards radioed them from about the arrival of an invading army." Suddenly, Max heard the heavy whoomp, whoomp, whoomp of rotor blades. A helicopter? Apparently, the bad guys had pre-planned their escape.